Welcome, everybody. All right. It's exciting to get back together, finally. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight. My name is Paul Mortensen, and I am the head of the Design Excellence Program here at Montgomery County Planning. And I'm also going to be the Master of Ceremonies tonight to try to keep us going through at a very brisk but thorough pace. So thank you all for coming, and we're very excited tonight to celebrate both Montgomery County's Best Awards, Best Architecture and Urban Design, but also to celebrate our region's best architects and their work. So thank you all for coming. I'm also happy to be here in person this year and with all of you, and we know that it's been a tough year with COVID and all the variants, and we had hoped to be able to have a wonderful, very large event tonight with a couple hundred people, but this year, because of all this, we have limited the attendance to provide some social distancing. We did have the social event outside, which I hope you all enjoyed. It was pretty good, I thought, and the weather was perfect. So a wonderful evening so far, and we really are happy that you're here. Your safety is important to us, and so in future years we hope to have you back, and we hope to have tours of the building, which we had planned to do tonight. But again, we had to limit some of the events that we were going to do. We're very proud of this LEED Platinum building, and we hope you enjoy it. This part of the building, the front plaza, and then the town square, the Wheaton Square, is all part of this project, and it's very exciting. And we have a lot of the different agencies that work with the development community and with the architectural community, and so we plan to see you more in the coming years. We hope to also schedule a couple of events here in the future. So let's get started. It is my honor to introduce tonight, to start the show, the Montgomery County Planning Director and past Paul Kia Medal honoree, Gwen Wright, who is our director, and also the AIA Potomac Valley President, Deborah Bulow, AIA, to come up and say a few words.
Thank you for joining us tonight in this wonderful space to celebrate design. In a time when we're overwhelmed by so many difficult life and death issues, you may wonder why it's important to celebrate design right now. Well, I believe it is important and actually essential. For me, one of the big lessons of the past year and a half has been that we can exist, but we cannot thrive in isolation. We are social animals. We need to interact. We need places to gather, even if it's a closed street, as we've seen through the pandemic. We need a public realm. And this is where design and architecture come in, and where each of you contribute to creating those places where we can come together to reject isolation and embrace our common humanity. So here we are, together in a new government building that invites civic gathering. The building is secure, yet open and inviting to our public. It's sustainable while beautiful. It's modern, yet respects the urban patterns of the surrounding community. We hope that it leads by example, and that we will see more and more buildings that are sustainable, equitable, support the greater public realm, and generate value for generations to come. And indeed, it's not just this building, it's all of tonight's winners that are great examples of how Montgomery County's design excellence is evolving and is creating great places and spaces for our residents. So this event is important. It's about raising awareness of how exceptional design can enhance our quality of life, create connection and value in our neighborhoods, make our communities more equitable through a strong public realm, and allow us to be stewards of our greater environment. So I just want to say onward and upward as we plan and build our future together. Thank you. I'm so glad you're all here.
Thank you. Thank you for those remarks. And thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And I
Push the button.
Oh.
Right there.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Great. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. And I especially want to thank Montgomery County Parks and Planning for co-hosting this with us. This is our 5th year co-hosting this event, and we all appreciate the synergy and excitement this partnership has been creating over those past years. We're especially appreciative this year that despite the pandemic and the adjustments we've all had to make, and especially make to this format, we're able still to be here together in person. And as we've already mentioned, we're really grateful to be here in this beautiful new building, and congratulations on achieving it. I want to thank all of the architects, developers, landscape architects, owners, and all others who've participated in both of the awards programs that are happening tonight. I know it's not easy putting together all of those packages, and a lot of effort was put in, and we're really grateful to be part of sharing that work that we're all really proud of. I want to especially thank our Celebrate Design sponsors whose support for tonight's event is very greatly appreciated. Please stand up and be recognized when I call your name. Our bar sponsor is Peterson and Collins. Our emerging leader sponsors are Pella and Phoenix Noise and Vibration. Our sustainability sponsor is Ernest Mayer. Our benefactor sponsor is APCO Signs. Our patron sponsors are RUF Land Surveyors, and as well SK&I Architecture. Well, thanks in absence to some of you, and thanks to everyone for all of you. And then we also want to thank ALAPV's annual partners who support our programs and events throughout the year, and they're such an important part of our community. Please let me identify each one of them, and then we're going to do a round of applause at the end. Our annual partners are the silver partners are Barron's, Ernest Mayer, and Potomac Edison. The Cran partners are Precision Property Measurement and T.W. Perry. The social event partner is Rockwool. The bronze partners are Anderson Windows and Doors and Pella. And the architecture firm partner is Grimm and Parker. We thank all of you. Our focus tonight is, of course, on the best of the current architecture in our region. But first, we want to take a moment to introduce an exciting new program that AIA Potomac Valley established this year to nurture the future of architecture. I'm going to ask Carl Elefante FAIA and former president of both AIA Potomac Valley and AIA National, to join me on stage to tell you more about this initiative. Oops.
Oh, I get to take my mask off for a minute. It is such a pleasure to see a room full of people. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, it's just such a pleasure to be here tonight, and I will just add a +1 to being here in this fantastic new building. We all remember the old one fondly, okay. But I'm here to talk about this Emerging Professionals Awards Program, which has two parts, really. There's those who are in firms working out of school, emerging professionals, and there's also another for student work. And I'm here to talk about the Young Professionals Program. This really started for me and for Steve Parker, Randy Steiner, Ralph Bennett, and Tom Jester, who are my fellow FAIA cohort on this project as an FAIA service project. We just felt like it was time for us fellows to get involved with the chapter more. Any other fellows who happen to be here tonight who happen to agree with that statement, we'd love to have you join us. And we found out very surreptitiously, no, that's not the right word, serendipitously, thank you, senior moment, that the chapter had decided that it was time to do something for an Emerging Professionals Award. And for those of you who know FAIA and the YAC, that's actually a partnership that exists throughout AIA, and we were like, why haven't we thought about this before now? So here we are, establishing this new program. We had an overwhelming response. We're so pleased. We got many nominations and actually ended up with 15 full submissions for this. And I can tell you, we had a hard time saying we were going to award it to just 4 people. That was as tough a decision as I've ever had to make. It was really, really difficult. So here we are, though, to really celebrate those people. And I want to invite our 2 emerging professional sponsors to come up and join me now. So Fallon Williams from Pella, come on up. And actually, we're going to, all of us together award these certificates. And then Scott Harvey from Phoenix Noise and Vibration, who I last saw at the South Jersey, program about a month ago. You're doing the rounds. I'm proud of you. AIA appreciates it. So we will go ahead and announce the class of 22. And as I announce your name, will you please come up and we will give you your award. So the first one goes to Linda Clark, who is a project architect and interior designer at Grimm & Parker. And we all know what it's like having a day job and how fulfilling it is, and somehow or another, Linda has found time to be a crucial contributor to local NOMA, and then also to establish a nonprofit organization addressing STEAM education, not to be confused with STEM education, and really helping herself emerging professionals around her. Our second recipient congratulations, Linda. Our second recipient is Lauren Gilmartin, who also is at Grimm & Parker in their residential and urban design studio. And Lauren, her work rings my bell, architecture and urban planning. We have to think outside of the property lines, and she certainly understands that. And she's also very focused on today's urban issues and sustainability, affordability, social justice, et cetera. So thank you very much, Lauren. Great to have you in the program. Next is Greg Goldstein, who is not with Grimm and Parker, who is a design professional with Torty Gallis and Partners. And Greg is really, ever since his solar decathlon days at the University of Maryland, focused on integrating design process and performance, and is part of Torty's sustainability initiative. Congratulations, Greg. And the fourth member of the class of 2022 is Vina Shasavarian. Vina is an associate with Baladimas Architects, and I can tell you from her submission that Vina knows how to ask challenging questions and is going to make our FAIAs be on our toes. And it's about reaching beyond architecture's usual clientele and really understanding that it's about creating sustainable, vibrant communities. So congratulations, Vina. We're thrilled to be launching this program and honored to have the chance to do so here tonight. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you, Deborah, and thank you, Carl. And what a great group of young architects. And I think we have a lot to look forward in what they're going to be creating in the coming years. So thank you very much for that. As part of tonight's, we're going to be going back and forth. We're going to present some of our awards with the AIA presenting awards, and then we will come back and we'll be switching off to announce all of our awards. Before we do that, though, I wanted to introduce our jury. We had an independent jury this year. They were a wonderful group of people, and our jury chair for the year was Luann Green, FAIA, from Ayers St. Gross, and if, Luann, you could come up and join us. And then we had a jury with them, 4 other architects and developers and planners in our, let me see here, oops, there we go. Other juror members, Matt Bell, FAIA and principal at Perkins Eastman, Tom Camfield, AIA, the city architect of the city of Alexandria, Virginia, Trini Rodriguez, AIA, ASLA, and AICP, and president of Parker Rodriguez Landscape Architects, and Jair Lynch, who's developer and president, CEO of Jair Lynch Real Estate Partners Development in Washington, D.C. So very good and excellent jury, and we had a wonderful time working with them this year for the awards. So tonight, for the first 3 awards, we're going to be presenting our award winners. And to do that, we're going to have some council members from the Montgomery County Council join us to do the presentations. We're very pleased and blessed to have 4 council members here tonight. Hans Reamer with us tonight. We have Andrew Friedson, Nancy Navarro, and Craig Rice, all part of the County Council and who will be helping us in presentations. So thank you all for coming. So I wanted to start off our first award winner tonight, and if we could have Andrew, if you could join us, we'll be right here. But the first award that we have for the evening is the Design Excellence Award for Exceptional Multifamily Housing. And then to present this award is Andrew Friedson, Council Member, District Number 1, and Luann Green, our Design Jury Chair. So Andrew, if you could announce the winner.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It is such an honor to be here with the leading design experts and urban planners and architects to celebrate Casey Anderson's birthday. Happy birthday, Casey. No, I'm just kidding. It's really appropriate that we're here to celebrate design, which is such an important part of not just what we build, but for whom we build it and how we build it and who can access it. And this building really represents that because of significant leadership from some of my predecessors who are here with me tonight. And it's just really a privilege to be able to be here tonight. And I am so excited, and it is such a privilege to announce the winner of the Exceptional Multifamily Housing Design for 2021 to the Darcy and the Flats in Bethesda by SK&I Architects with Stonebridge and Hoffman and Associates as the developers. Come on up. While you're coming on up, it's particularly exciting for me. I grew up, this was a parking lot. This was where you parked your car to go make s'mores at Cosi or to go to the movies or to do all kinds of things. It was not a place where anything was happening, and now there is a road that is bound together with people, with activity, with restaurants, and it is a center point for Bethesda Row, for the community. It has transformed what was formerly a public parking lot into a place that represents everything that we're trying to do all over the community, all over the county, and it really is a testament to some of the best talent that we have in Bethesda, in Montgomery County, and across the region. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So the jury just wanted to point out a few things and congratulate you as well. This is an elegant urban infill project that animates the street level and offers a diverse yet comprehensive approach to making street walls, living at the skyline, and enhancing adjacent community sidewalks and trails. The design is carefully integrated between commercial and residential contexts and uniquely continues the Bethesda street grid with underground parking amenities. It used the site to create active urban areas that are walkable and have well-designed human scale. It has respect for the neighborhoods and reestablishes the street grid. And has tremendous connection to the streets and pedestrian trails. So congratulations.
Wonderful, thank you. So now for our second prize, the presentation for Design Excellence for Public Project Design. I'd like to introduce Nancy Navarro, Council Member of District 4, and again, Luann Green. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's great to see everybody here. This is a very exciting moment. This year, the Design Excellence Awards features a category for public projects. The winner of this year's public project design is the Wheaton Revitalization Project by Gensler Architects and developed through a public-private partnership of Stonebridge and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission and the Montgomery County Department of Transportation. This beautiful building that we are in this evening was built on a surface parking lot and is now home to the parks and planning agencies and 6 additional county departments that will house almost 1,000 guests and workers each day. It is the first government-owned office building in Maryland to achieve LEED Platinum status, the U.S. Green Buildings Council's highest environmental certification. The building and the new Marion Friar Town Square helps create a new heart in the middle of this beautifully diverse community. In just the past couple of months, it has hosted a Wheaton Arts Parade and Festival, a summer concert series, and Hispanic Heritage Month celebration, where we recognized our Latino health, COVID-19 health initiative that has actually helped us literally close all the gaps between our African American, our Latino community, and the rest of our communities in terms of vaccination rates, which is a distinction on a national level. This happened here in Montgomery County. I will only add this. You are in the middle of the epicenter of the Latino community of Montgomery County, and this beautiful project was envisioned over 10 years ago, I think, and there was a lot of back and forth about what we should do. And I want to publicly thank my colleagues, Councilmember Reamer, Councilmember Rice. Councilmember Feetson wasn't with us, but I know that he was cheering us on. But it took quite a bit of community input, support, and a lot of effort. I know I, for one, fought very hard as a district council member to make sure that we had excellence in design, that we used the most beautiful materials, that we respected the integration of this building into the community, because this now is an anchor and, in a sense, an extraordinary message to this community and throughout the county as well in terms of the timeless feature. It is truly an honor to be here to present this award and to thank all of those who were involved in the design and the construction of this amazing, extraordinary asset here in our county.
So the jury wanted to share that this project is a first step in urban placemaking in Wheaton with an approach that defines nascent urban space, organizes interior program elements to celebrate the civic presence of an important public agency. The welcoming experience of the ground floor is continued through the lower levels, while the upper part adds carefully detailed and richly proportioned design to the skyline. It's a fantastic connection to the new plaza and existing metro station. The public agency chose to lead through LEED Platinum buildings relationships to public uses and public spaces. The base is very strong, bringing the ground floor to life. Civic buildings should have a strong relationship to the public for which it serves. This building, its lobby, and fronting plaza boldly heighten and celebrate civic engagement and public participation. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So for the presentation of the Design Excellence Award for Building and Site Design, I'd like to introduce Craig Rice, Council Member of District 2, and again, Luann. Come on up, please.
Well, thank you very much. And, you know, this is really exciting because not only am I the council member representing the district that the USG Biomedical and Engineering Building is in, but I also serve on the Board of Advisors for the universities at Shady Grove. And it really is unique, and the reason why this is so important that we have them as the winner for the Design Excellence Award for Building and Site Design, and why it matters so much is because of who the universities at Shady Grove serves. The universities at Shady Grove is a very unique opportunity in which many people who oftentimes cannot afford to attend one of our flagship institutions here in the state of Maryland, who need to work to care for families and to support their own families, but still want to be able to matriculate through institutes of higher education, go. So the people that are there are oftentimes some of our students who, through K through 12, were on free and reduced meals. They are primarily students of color. Many of them are single parents. These are the folks that we care about, that we want to make sure that we're leveling the playing field. And to be able to have such a beautiful building like this that showcases design, that makes them feel as though they're just as important as they truly are, is what design is all about. You know, I heard what Director Wright said when she said about why design is so important now. And it truly is. Because people need to feel as though they're important and they matter. And by having a beautiful building that showcases how important you are, how much you matter to us, and how much we believe in you, says something about them, says something about their future, and how we feel about our community as a whole. Now, this building is amazing because, you know, it has all of the great accoutrements that is LEED Platinum. I will say that it one-ups this building, no offense. You guys have the wall downstairs that's pretty and green, but it's not real. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm a little competitive, Casey knows. He'll get me afterwards on the mountain bike trail, it's all right.
I didn't know that.
Now you know. But this is one that really combines that environmental connectivity, the energy efficiency, many of the biological designs that create that perfect space to cultivate the area's future scientists and engineering leaders. It really is truly something that one should behold. And if you haven't been, I encourage you to please go and take a look. See who's going there. See what's happening in those spaces. See how the innovative spaces that they've been able to make, where some of our quiet rooms are designed to ensure and understand that some of our students have to go there because they can't study at home. They don't have a place that is that safe space, that quiet space where they can do their homework. Those are the things and why these designs in these buildings matter so much. And so I'm really proud of this award and really building together this really nationally recognized campus for the sciences. It is the first time that we've ever had a building get a design award in the Up County. So yes, go Up County. Better late than never. I'm about to roll off the council, so, you know. But I am really thrilled to see that Cooper Carey and Lake Plateau Architects has come up with this great design, and want to bring them up and encourage them and give them kudos for all the great things that they've done in designing this Universities at Shady Grove Biomedical and Engineering building.
The jury wanted to share that this project creates place by defining the interior and exterior as part of the natural context, offering views to nature and informal yet inspiring places to collaborate. The scale of the design is both welcoming and assertive, with a strong and positive sensory ensemble that elevates the everyday experience. The LEED Platinum building creates a sense of well-being through relationship with nature. This building puts science on display with its tiered floors and glass-enclosed labs, all with views to the surrounding landscape. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So that was our winners, and thank you, council members, for your participation this evening. Now I'd like to introduce the chairman of the AIA Potomac Valley Awards Committee, Scott Knutson, and AIA Potomac Valley President-elect Scott Bowen, who will present the AIA Special Recognition Awards and Merit Awards.
Hello, I'm Scott Knutson. I'm the chair of the Potomac Valley Jury, and a couple of complete asides. I was thrilled to see the project by Lake Flato because a few years ago, Ryan Jones of Lake Flato was our head juror for our awards, and he was working on this project at that time. And I grew up in West Lafayette, Indiana, and I'm thrilled to see Boilermaker colors proudly displayed, so I feel very, very at home here on the balloons. And this is Scott Bowen, who will be assisting me with the awards tonight. He'll be the one actually giving them to you. So we're celebrating the works of the 600-plus members of the AIA Potomac Valley chapter who do this good design work every day. This is one way of recognizing the leadership in our mission of making a better living environment as we honor the most innovative and noteworthy achievements from the many projects that were submitted. Every year, the entries are reviewed blindly by a jury from other chapters. This year, we reached out to Kim Yao, a nationally renowned architect with the Architectural Research Office, ARO, in New York City. And then she collected the remainder of the jury, which was Kimberly Dowdle of HOK in Chicago, and Takashi Yanai of Ehrlich Yanai Riancini in LA. And again, one of Takashi's partners was previously one of our head jurors. But there were 56 projects submitted, and they found 12 to be of the quality that deserved the Excellence in Design Awards. And so before we review those awards, we wanted to share the comments from Kim, who was a great juror, by the way, and I will say that we found that she ran the awards process particularly smoothly, which sometimes can be a little more contentious. But there's a little video of what she had to say.
We were generally looking for clarity, clarity of design, vision, and in many instances, narrative, like that the story of the project was clearly told and represented through the submission and also evident in the built work or in the work. Transformational impact, back to the question of the design problem, like what were the key design issues and how were those addressed and framed through the work? Was the project meaningfully transformational? Looking at the projects in terms of their sustainability and their performance. Our projects, like I said earlier, are they giving back? How are they approaching energy and water and other systems to kind of have environmentally responsible approaches? Community engagement or just community impact. So wanting to look for projects that felt embedded in their communities, responsive to them, and or processes that really had a community engagement component. And obviously, every project doesn't necessarily, they're design awards, so in our minds, they have to all achieve that bar of design excellence. Not every project has the opportunity to do all things. So I think we were also looking for, trying to make sure that we through our selection of the award recipients, also represented that diversity of work that was within the submissions and within your community, so that an interiors project is going to have different impact or different opportunity than a ground up building, right? It is. So, also understanding that the criteria, it's not exactly criteria, but the things that we were looking for would be met in different ways with different projects. Innovation is important. So seeing like a really unusual or kind of fresh approach to solving a design problem or addressing a design problem, caliber of detailing and execution, that it really feels like, again, the projects are, that this kind of relates to the design excellence point, that the projects are effective and intelligent at their large scale kind of part T, again, or at the kind of telling, establishing and telling of the narrative, but that the resolution at the design detail and the tectonics and the kind of materiality of the projects, that is also equally successful. And so those are all really important things. Some projects, one of the hardest things in this process too is sometimes you look at a project and you say, well, gosh, I wish they left that photo out, or gosh, I wish they added more about this. And so it's really worthwhile, I think, for your community to know. I think we all know this because we all submit to awards and sometimes get them and you sometimes don't. That it's good to revisit and tweak and resubmit because sometimes it's just in the telling of the story or the presentation that needs a little bit of refinement, and that makes a really big difference in terms of our ability as a jury to understand what matters in the project and what's distinctive about the design kind of resolution.
All right, thank you, Kim. So we've got to hustle up tonight. We've got a lot to do. So when you hear your name, see your project, whatever clues you in that you've won, come on up here, see Scott. He'll give you the award. Robert might sneak a photo or two, but then boogie out that door, go down the stairs, get your professional photo taken, and then run back up for your micro workout and come on back as quickly as you can in case you want another one. And so we're going to begin tonight with the Special Recognition Awards, which go to projects that have an exceptional feature that the jury felt was deserving of a specific honor. The first one is a special recognition for a relationship to a historic site, to the Old Dominion Boat Club by Wynn Stanley Architects and Planners. The club is on the Potomac River and has been part of the waterfront in Alexandria since the 1880s. So using materials and design aesthetics that rendered a building that looks like a boat and has interior elements that mimic shipboard interior construction components, the club now enjoys a brand new multi-story facility that looks and feels like a boat but has multiple decks. And the jury said this project successfully incorporates historical research to address its context through the design and creates a vibrant new space that meets today's needs and shows a thorough and rigorous attempt to relate to its historic context, demonstrating a strong degree of proficiency and craft. Thank you. And special recognition for breathing new life into an existing structure. Whose is it? It's the row house reconceived by Hill and Hurt. The enclosed rear porch of this 1890s Victorian DC row house was in a sad state of disrepair, and the renovation transformed the enclosed porch and landlocked kitchen into a light-filled, useful living area, providing connection between the house and outdoors and relating the rear facade to the existing Victorian structure while reestablishing the exterior connection. The jury's comment was that this is a very nice project and a great renovation story. And we like that in lieu of demolition, the owner and the architect opted to work with existing historic structure, breathing new life into it. And this design is transformative within the constraints of the project, and they've really created nice spaces to live in. Isn't that what it's about? So thank you. Special recognition for community impact and adaptive reuse to Artworks Now by McInturf Architects. Artworks Now is a nonprofit committed to community, social justice, and reducing economic barriers to participation in the visual arts. It brings creative opportunities to everyone, regardless of their ability to pay, in a diverse, developing neighborhood. A derelict 1950s roadside store and flower shop was immediately adjacent to the Hyattsville Arts District and transformed into classrooms, galleries, and offices. The colorful stair hall, entry gallery, and gathering space energizes everything around it. The jury said the project boldly transforms the building into a set of spaces that appear to foster great community impact, emphasizing the power of art. This is an interesting story and an example of great alignments in a project between design, owner, and other partners, and this community-centered project successfully repurposes an existing building. Thank you. Who?
If all of the award winners could please come downstairs after you've received your awards for a photograph, that would be really lovely. Thank you.
Deborah will be in the photograph, so she needs you there. So we now move to the Merit Awards. These recognize projects that demonstrated a level of design exemplifying superior achievement, which sounds pretty good. The first Merit Award goes to Lavelle 9119 by Robert Kearney, FAI architect. Fabricated on the foundations of a house and carport originally constructed in 1948, this geometry is informed by the pre-existing relationship of the house and carport. The tension between the two volumes, initially established with existing geometry, is magnified by a dichotomy of materials employed, one with white stucco and the other with dark ground-faced block. Interior spaces are open and light-filled, and outdoor spaces are terraced and engage topography with mature trees. Jury's comment: this inventive home has a great partie, offering an elegant solution to the program and site. The house sits well on the site and shows just enough restraint. So thank you. And the Merit Award to the National Ready Mixed Concrete Association, also by Wynn Stanley Associates. So already back from your photo. Way to go. And not even out of breath. The architects created an interior that could be immediately identifiable with this association. Instead of an open layout, they embraced the concept of a dramatic concrete space by reducing the glazing to the office doors and applying an architectural wall coating and concrete detailing. This set the tone for the entire space, and the details are based on expressing concrete-inspired elements such as the suspended rebar ceiling, concrete-looking carpet tile, and coffered ceiling at the lobby. The jury noted that the architect uses concrete in successful and innovative ways, and the narrative of this project is well integrated and helps to distinguish the design. The rebar ceiling is very successful, and the architect has taken the DNA of this association and imprinted it within the design. So, thank you. And our last merit award, there will be more awards later, is to the Modera Reynoldstown by SK&I Architecture, a 5-story mixed-use development featuring 320 units and 18,500 square feet of retail, takes its inspiration from the neighborhood's historic industrial roots and existing eclectic style. The pedestrian and vehicular circulation were considered with an internal tree-lined road that bisects the building and leads to the rest of the site and the above-grade parking deck. Among other amenities, the community includes electric charging stations, a hidden speakeasy, I think that's where we had the happy hour, right? And co-working spaces and individual rooftop terraces. The jury felt this building offers a solid response to the topographical challenges on a dynamic street, nicely completes a corner, and creates what appears to be a successful residential experience. So thank you. And we'll go back to Paul.
All right. Thank you, Scott and Scott, and we will be bringing you back up in a few minutes. So, each of our Design Excellence Awards events, in each of them over the past 5 years, the jury has the prerogative to select certain projects that they feel deserve recognition through a citation for a specific feature or aspect of the design that was part of that project. This year, the jury has chosen 2 citation winners, and we would like to recognize them now. So to present the first citation, I'd like to welcome Commissioner Partap Verma, a member of the Montgomery County Planning Board, and once again, Luann Green.
Good evening. The winner of the first 2 citation awards for 2021 is the Writers Center in Bethesda, McInturf Architects with the Writers Client Center as the client. This is such a fun, evocative renovation of a mid-century modern building, formerly a youth center that was closed in 1970. Today, this building has been beautifully redesigned to promote the literary arts in Bethesda in the most colorful and creative way. Through its renovation, spaces that were once uninhabitable after years of neglect have been restored and feature an abundance of daylight, additional classrooms, a lounge, and a creation of a writer's studio. The site, which offers no-cost writing workshops to military families, is also now accessible to all. It's so wonderful to see this type of creative repurposing of a building for such a worthwhile cause. Congratulations.
The jury's comments include a simple yet elegant updating and transformation of a modern existing structure, skillfully integrated universal access, enhancing the civic presence of the institution. The approach reconceives the interiors to make brighter workspaces, areas for collaboration, and an expansive sense of place, making the most out of a modest program and existing facility, a reuse and update to an existing mid-century modern building, and reuse and repositioning of embodied carbon in this cultural icon. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, to help present our second citation, I'd like to introduce Mr. Birthday Boy, our Planning Board Chair for this year for the Montgomery County Planning Board, Casey Anderson, to come up and present this next award.
Thank you. It's a great birthday present to be here with everybody tonight. First public event that we've done since the pandemic. And as Carl said, it's really fantastic to have everybody here in person. This citation is important because we do these design awards for an ulterior reason, and that's because we hope that they will lead by example. We hope that by giving these awards, others will be inspired and motivated to try to deliver better projects to make Montgomery County a more prosperous, more equitable, more sustainable place. And so this citation is especially important because it's for co-location in a public building. We're always pleading with the school system and with county government to try to make more efficient use of land, to build multi-use facilities, to be more thoughtful about the way that they design projects to integrate with other uses. So that's why it's particularly important that we highlight those successes when they happen. This citation goes this year to the Wheaton Library and Community Recreation Center, which is just up the street. This building was designed by Grimm & Parker, and the developer was the county's Department of General Services, and I think Greg Ossent is here to represent them, and we have the architects right here.
Great.
And with that, I won't go on because we have Luann Green here to tell us a little bit about what the jury thought.
Great. Yes, the jury thought this was a unique programmatic combination that transforms a suburban site into a community hub, providing light-filled indoor spaces and exterior places, well connected to interior program elements, all anchored by a color palette celebrating multicultural composition of the community. A very collaborative plan and spaces, extends well into the community in a very experiential way, a wonderful relationship to nature and landscape, and an innovative solution to integrating public uses. Congratulations.
All right, thank you very much. That's it for our awards, but I would like to bring up again Scott and Scott to announce the Gold Awards, the Honor Awards, and the PV Award for this year.
Excellent. Want to take this on the road, Scott?
Sure.
Yeah. So just a reminder, if you got an honor award, when you come up here, go back there, go downstairs, get your photo, come back. The honor awards recognize projects that achieve overall distinctive character and outstanding quality. The first one goes to the congregation Beth, Ahabah by Shinberg.Levinas Architects, and that consisted of 5 separate buildings with non-existent links between the components. And the new structure successfully ties together 3 buildings with different floor levels and complements the historic streetscape. The jury felt that the architect resolved this difficult cluster of issues between other buildings, and the project offers a nice face to the whole compound, and there are stories and cultural nods within the design. It's nicely composed and a good use of materials, and the submission included very nice drawings. Thank you. The exterior of the building is very distinguished and has a great facade composition. I'm going to break the rule. Don't go downstairs. Stay another minute. The second honor award goes to Shinberg.Levinas Architects. For Hyde Addison Elementary School. The elementary school project involved a 70,000 square foot renovation of a historic facility and a 30,000 square foot addition, blending perfectly into the historic Georgetown while standing out as a distinguished contemporary building. How did you do that? It includes a gymnasium, a music room, a health suite, a library, cafeteria, offices, and 4 new classrooms. And it reused the existing building but concentrates the entrance into one place using a modern terracotta rain screen and sunscreen baguette systems installed vertically. The jury said its use of color is bold, hopefully resonating with the students and teachers as they foster a dynamic learning environment in this visually compelling building. And that this is a very striking project. The openness of the screen allows for views out and daylight coming in, and the terracotta lattice is a nice foil to the calmness in the remainder of the room. And I can't offer you 3, but 2 will do. So thank you. Honor award to the Terrell Short-Term Family and Permanent Supportive Housing by Cunningham Quill Architects. It's a LEED Platinum 50-unit housing facility for families and seniors experiencing homelessness in DC. The design was influenced by the context of its Columbia Heights location next to a youth center, and the jury felt that this is a very strong project that offers a thoughtful response to the site conditions while presenting an elegant design solution for an important community need. The building has very nice individual units with great views and a simple approach to the material palette. Thank you. Honor award to the universities at Shady Grove, Biomedical Sciences and Engineering Building by Cooper Carey on Lake Flato. The new building embodies the story of the universities at Shady Grove. 6 stories, 220,000 square feet, a collaboration of 9 sister institutions to offer advanced degree programs in cutting-edge technology and medical sciences, as well as to share instructional facilities across disciplines. The jury commented that the building responds well to its campus context while differentiating itself at the same time. It's very skillfully done. I always like it when you say things like that. Very skillfully done. The project is nicely executed with spaces that will be very well used, and there's a coherence to the overall composition of parts of the building exterior. So thank you. And an honor award for the offices of an investment firm by Robert Gurney. In response to its non-conventional triangular floor plate, this office space is organized around a curving, hot-rolled steel plate wall that separates the public space from private offices. A diverse palette of materials and the non-orthogonal geometry are intended to provide an environment unlike a prototypical office plan. The goal is to change perspectives, physically and psychologically, of both the visitor and the daily user to create an environment that is pleasant, inspiring, and productive. The jury commented that the ARC complements a tricky tenant space, and the overall project has a clarity in that initial gesture and a rigor to the application of materials, yielding quite a beautiful space, which is definitely executed and clever. Thank you, Robert. But don't go. The next honor award to Robert is the Franzen House, constructed on a steeply sloping wooded site with views of the Potomac River. A simple rectangular volume, the house is revealed as a 2-story structure seen from the street. This extends an additional 2 stories at the back to take advantage of the steep grade, and the project is modulated as a series of experiences that lead you away from the street and into a tranquil wooded landscape. The jury said, "This is just a really cool house." One that boldly engages material and its context in nature. This is really nicely detailed. The top box, the glazing, and the siding. It's successful also in the extrusion of the single footprint, and the balconies and stair introduce just enough dynamism. The interior feels spacious and homey all at once. Thank you. Enough of me, now the other Scott.
Hello again, I'm Scott Bowen, President-elect of the AIA Potomac Valley. I now get the pleasure of presenting tonight's top awards, our Gold and PV Awards. Gold awards go to the projects the jury judged to be the best show from all awarded projects. Our first Gold Award, non-residential, goes to Congregation Beth Ahabah, Shinberg.Levinas Architects. The building incorporates religious symbolism with an unusual 2-sided arch at the entrance representing Hebrew letters that spell life. 2 tall, thin windows split into 5 parts representing the 10 Commandments, and 8 smaller windows near a ninth larger window representing a menorah. The jury commented that this project is equally courageous and creative, thoughtfully stitching together its context and responding to cultural cues to draw attention to the exterior. And our second gold award, residential, goes to the Terrell Short-Term Family and Permanent Supportive Housing, Cunningham Quill Architects. The angled facade of the building along 14th Street creates an accessible path to the entrance of the facility and the youth center beyond, and in turn emphasizes movement and energy across the site, creating a welcoming and engaging place. The jury said the program is great and building has a great party with successful amenity spaces. Intelligent choices and the thoughtful allocation of the material budget pays off. It's urbanistically strong, and we appreciate that they included views of the unit interiors. And now we introduce our PV Award for the project that best achieves the principles of AIA's Framework for Design Excellence. We at AIPV established this award as a way to honor and encourage our profession's efforts to meet the framework's objective of harnessing the power of design to contribute to solutions that address the most significant needs of our time. I want to invite Dr. Aaron Fisher to join me on stage for this portion of the program. Aaron is with Ernst Mayr, our sustainability sponsor, and he will announce the winner of the PV Award.
Can I stand here? I'll go there. Thanks, Scott. Ernst Mayr is proud to be the sustainability sponsor of Celebrate Design 2021. As an energy and water professional, I joined Ernst Mayr, a construction material supplier, because it's committed to offering a more sustainable array of building materials, from lower carbon concrete to better insulating masonry and beyond. At Ernst Mayr, we strive to be your partner as you build better, build to last, build sustainably. I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the first ever PV Award, the university's at Shady Grove Biomedical Science and Engineering Building, with the architects Cooper Carey and Lake Flato. They've got a lot of awards tonight. This project establishes a highly accessible public space while maintaining a student-owned experience. The jury noted that this project submission was distinguished by a clear framing relative to its sustainability and design excellence objectives. They said that this is a very strong submission for an accomplished building that demonstrates a thoughtful approach to campus design and sustainability. AIA's Framework for Design Excellence represents the defining principle of good design in the 21st century. It seeks to inform progress towards a zero-carbon, equitable, resilient, and healthy built environment. Congratulations to Cooper Carey and Lake Flato for this terrific project out of all the entries that best achieves these goals.
All right, well, that's it for the awards. I want to thank everybody for coming. We have we don't have desserts and coffee this year. Again, we're trying to reduce time, but we do have a little bit of a parting, a sweet cookie for you out there, so please grab one on your way out. And also, I wanted to thank everybody for coming. I also want to thank Christine McGrew in our group, in our planning group, and for our organization and for all of the volunteers on the planning board, on the planning staff tonight that has helped with this event. It couldn't have happened without you, so thank you very much. Scott?
That's the end of our program. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. As we mentioned at the outset, we are curtailing dessert this year to try and get everyone safely on their way. but there's a sweet treat waiting for you as you exit the auditorium, so be sure to pick one up. And we can't wait to see you in 2 years when we hope finally to be fully back to normal.
Thank you. Thanks, Scott.